Hey everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to show you how I've made this cute little floating frame card is what I'm going to call it, or floating shaped frame card, because you can do any shape that you want with this. It work with any occasion, any themes. It's a really lovely little style. I actually made this during a Facebook Live for Creative Craft Products when I was talking through all the different nested dies that they offer. And I thought it worked really well with these beautiful ephemera from a CCP collection, which was called Floral Nostalgia. So all of that together I think looks really nice, and I've got the sentiment set back inside there. This one will fit into a 6x6 envelope, but if you want to make it bigger, it all depends on the nested die size that you have. However, if you don't have dies, you can just have this as a square shape and you can cut that all by hand. And then on the back I've got my stand there. It all stands up nicely, and you've got space inside there to be able to write your message. So let me show you how to make it. So today I'm going to make a Christmas card. I was saying when I shared these during a what did I get video that I thought I was going to probably mainly use these for spring next year, but actually there's some really beautiful reds in there and the orange slice, and I thought that would work really well for Christmas. And I'm using the acetate, which is the Snowfall acetate from Hunkydory, and I just thought it gives it a really nice winter kind of feel. The acetate is optional. You can see you don't need to have it on there. It would look really nice just open without the acetate. So lots of things you can kind of, you know, take out of this and substitute. And like I said, the shapes and stuff, it's entirely up to you. So I've used my Ditsy Print embossing folder for this one here, which is the main kind of background. And I've just used all the different kind of Creative Craft Products. They're supersized nestables. A lot of them coordinate together. I've used the inverted scallop, the normal scallop, and then for the other card, this one here, I use the nested octagons and the scalloped octagons. So for this one, what you're going to need is, you know, whatever size you want to make the card, have that as your main die. So this one here, you can see that I've just run that through. So you want to cut it twice. First of all, I've done it in white and then in red. I've embossed the red and then stuck those two together. So that's my main background. I've then cut it again, okay, in the white, and then just score right through the middle. So whatever shape it is, whatever size, work out half of it and score right down through the middle. And that's going to be the stand at the back. Then what I did is I took the largest one still, okay, and then I took the inverted scallops. And again, it's up to you kind of how thick you want your frame, but I took... there must have been that one there actually. Yeah, so this one here, you can see it gives me that thick frame. If you want an even thicker frame, you know, you could drop down again. If I pop that one there, you could see then you'd have an even thicker frame again. But I've done this frame so it fits, you know, my springs can hide behind. So it's all up to you, whatever size is, but I just want to show you the process. And then I ran that through 2-3 times and then stick them on top of each other. So I think I've got the red on the back. So originally I was going to have the red frame and the white background, and then I changed it because you couldn't see the acetate, which moves me on nicely. The acetate, I've used then the original largest size again to cut the acetate. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is stick my acetate down. So I've just ran some thin red tape all around the edge there. And I'm just going to stick that behind, and it should just line up with the pattern underneath. So I stuck the acetate onto the wrong side, so I've just cut another white frame to stick over the top. So if you did what I did, then this is a quick way to fix that problem. So now I've got my white frame again. So this is now going to hover above this red piece here. So before I stick that on, I want to add my sentiment. If you're not adding the acetate, you can do this bit later, but I've just taken the smaller of the scallop die, and then I've used the smaller inverted scallop, and then I've stamped the sentiment, which is from this Paper Discovery Rustic Christmas. I love this one. It's the most wonderful time of the year. So I'm just going to pop that in the middle there. Okay, and then I've made these little springs here. If you've been following me for a while, you would have seen me make these on a few different cards, different sizes. So you want to cut yourself 4 pieces of 2 1/4 by 2, and along the 2 1/4 side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, and then 1 1/2, 1 3/4, and 2. You want to do that 4 times. And then you're going to fold, so you've got that 1/2 inch on the left hand side here. You want to create a mountain fold, but don't fold it, just kind of bend it. You want to keep a spring to it, so mountain, valley, mountain, and then another mountain, valley, and mountain. What I should say is don't burnish it. You want to fold it, but don't burnish. You see there I've got that nice little spring. And then with your liquid glue, just run it down that 1/4 inch piece and stick the other half over, like so. And like I said, just do that 4 times. I say 4 times, it actually depends on the shape. You know, if you're doing maybe a circle, you might just want one kind of at the top, and it will be smaller as well. So these could be cut in half. They could just be 1 inch rather than 2. If you've got a thicker frame, then you may want to do a 1 inch, you know, wide. Check out I'll put the springy kind of cards, I'll link them up here because they've got different size springs in them, but you want to create something that looks like this. So whatever the width is on the front here, so say it's 1, then these pieces folded in would be 1/2 inch. So they meet halfway when they kind of squash down. Okay. So I'm going to have mine here, here, and here. And you want to stick them, you know, as close to the edge as possible without it going into the detail. So I'm kind of sticking mine right up to like where the scallop pattern kind of goes in there, you can see. But I mean, if it's just straight, like, you know, rectangles and squares, then, you know, just pop it right to the edge. You just don't want to see them. That's why I've used the same red colour, so it just all kind of blends in. And then I've just put some red tape on the tops there, because this is going to be sticking to acetate, or it would have been sticking to acetate if I'd stuck it on the right side. It's actually probably going to stick to the card now, thinking about it. Yeah, but you'll probably more than likely have acetate there. So again, if you're not using the acetate, then it's not going to matter. And then I'm just going to line it up with the shape underneath, and it should just sit over those 4 springs like so. You can see there you got that nice little bit of bounce like so. And then I'm going to take my stand and I'm going to add my glue to one side here, like so. And then you're just going to line that up with the bottom there. So the other side is folded down like so. Whilst that's finishing off drying, these are all of the images that I've chosen to use, and I thought it'd look nice with the largest rose at the bottom there. I'm going to have the orange slice there, and I think these, maybe I'll have, yeah, these ones I think up the top, the different sprigs. I'm going to have more of the green. I've got one of the bigger ones here. Yeah, I like this one. You can just see how quickly it all builds up. I have a little bit of green in there as well at the top, so it just kind of keeps it all together. And I like these little red ones as well. And then maybe that little one just down there. And do I need this one? Might not need that one. I think I like that arrangement, so I'm going to get that all stuck down. Okay, give the back a good burnish, and that should hold itself up. There we go. If it does open up the back, what I would do is just cut a strip of card and just make little tabs either end, and then score it in the middle, and then just stick it inside, and then you could write your message on the outside there. But I think that's going to hold itself quite nicely. Okay, and there's the finished card. Love that Snowfall acetate. I think it really does make it very festive. So I just thought it was a nice way just to show you, you know, maybe you have this set, you know, you can use it for a Christmas card. I think that looks quite good, especially with that orange slice. I think it's really, really sweet. And again, I'll just bring up that one there so you can see how that one looks. So yeah, whatever shape you have, it will work, and I think it's a really cool card effect. So yeah, floating shaped cards, something like that anyway. So as always, I will link everything that I've used in the description box below. Popping up now will be some other similar kind of card styles that you might want to watch. And as I always say, if you've enjoyed today and you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell, and that way you won't miss out on any future videos. See you all again soon. Bye.